Grace, Virginia. Hey, congratulations for fall.
Thank you.
You have no idea how terrified I was, not watching the movie, but just watching the trailer alone. That was so scary.
That's so fun.
That's so fun.
I'm glad. That's good.
I know, and now the movie is even more terrifying. That is for sure. So let me ask both of you here. What initially attracted either of you into a crazy project like this? Virginia, why don't you go ahead and start?
Yeah, I read the script and my palms were sweating just reading what was going on. And I was like, oh my God, if my hands are sweating now, what's going to happen when people see this in theaters? It's going to be crazy. And, it's not green screen. We did it practically. We did our own stunts. We did it 100 feet off the ground in the desert. And that all really attracted me to the project. I wanted to do something incredibly challenging that I had never done before.
Yeah.
Grace?
Yeah, same. I mean, the challenge that was implied from the script made me just so curious. I was really curious how it was going to be shot, if it was going to be practically done, or if we were going to, be in a sound stage. And when I met with Scott and he was talking about how much he loves practical, like he's in love with old movie making and how much he wanted to create a real environment and that texture, I just went, please cast me. I want to be in this.
I'm going to go ahead and back up the truck here because apparently, all my notes is all about green screen here, and you're telling me this is all practical, because in my head while watching the film, I thought there is no way that you ladies were even 5 feet off the ground.
We were 100 feet off the ground.
Yeah, we were high up.
Yeah, I mean, which made our jobs easier as actors. But so how they did it is we were on a 2,000-foot mountain in the desert. And then they built a 100-foot tower on top of that. And so we would climb up every day. And once we'd get to the top, it would take so long to get back down that we'd stay up there for quite some time. And we had a pulley system. They'd pull us up water and sunscreen and we'd bring it back down. And we were up there all day long. I mean, everything you see is real. We really did it.
Yeah.
So tell me the truth. Which scene was genuine fear from you rather than acting? Every scene.
I had one where I'm pulling myself up from the backpack and the ladder had broke at that point, and so the way that we had to do it, and I thought it was a joke when Scott, our director, told me I was going to have to do this, but they brought me up in a cherry picker, one of those big machines, and then Scott goes, okay, so you're going to have to jump from the cherry picker, leap, and then grab the tower and hold onto it with your arms, so then you can swing and dangle. So I actually had to jump 100 feet up, 6 feet from the cherry picker onto the tower. And then I was just like holding it for dear life, just like dangling, you have your safety wires, but it was wild. That was terrifying.
Was there any point for you, Grace, that you were pretty scared?
I would say so much of the shoot was a gradual progression as far as the stunts that we did. And how we built upon those stunts, because I do feel like the way we shot it, thankfully enough, one day I was being dropped 5 feet and the next day it was 20 feet, but it wasn't like the biggest stunt ever I did on day one. Right. So it was more of a gradual confidence builder. And I've been saying it's like I almost became a little bit of an adrenaline junkie while we were shooting, because you accomplish a stunt and the rush you get, you're like, can I do the next one? Can I keep doing it? Like, we were just kind of we ended up doing a lot more than I think we actually anticipated, but it was pretty sick.
So how do you prepare for something like a project like this? Do you try to prepare physically or do you try to prepare mentally?
I think it's both. I don't think there's really any amount of preparation that could have really made us feel prepared to do this movie. Grace's character is going through so much emotionally at the time. For me physically, I trained, they got us trainers before we went up there, and my trainer had me do some heat training where he had me wear sweats and sweatpants outside in the heat to really get adjusted to being physical under such extreme conditions.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was like over 100 degrees most of the days when we were out there in the desert, and you actually have the sun beating down on you and the wind. And I mean, you're not sheltered from the elements by any means. You're in it. And we were in the pandemic. We were in quarantine when we got these roles. So it's not like we had been doing a superhero training montage on our own. It was like, no, help us out. I need to do some sit-ups. It's been a second. And yeah, we trained really hard right before for a very short period of time, then got to set. And quite frankly, being on set was like doing hundreds of pull-ups every day because we were climbing that ladder every day. My arms were like, they were very big. It was very interesting.
Well, do either of you have genuine fears? Because it seems like you conquered your fear of heights quite easily after this project.
Gosh, I don't know. I don't like the idea of filming underwater. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I like to breathe. Put me up super high as long as I can breathe.
Virginia?
I did not have a fear of heights prior to filming this movie, but after filming this movie and being up so high and being kind of safely but dropped from those heights, I did develop a little bit of a fear of heights actually now. Yeah.
Wow. Well, one more thing before I let you go, because Virginia's character was all about social media. What do you feel about these these daring social media people who like to take photos from great heights or on the edge of stuff?
I think I couldn't. I think it's crazy. A part of this movie is kind of a commentary on social media and social media celebrities and sort of the false personas they create and what's actually behind that character that they create. But before Scott and I started filming the movie, he showed me a video that he wanted to recreate where it's I think some woman's somewhere insanely high in Dubai, and it's the part where she's holding on with one hand and then grabs her boyfriend's hand, and she's just holding on like this, and she must have been 2,000 feet up and she's just hanging on like this. We kind of recreated in the movie. But my stomach dropped watching the video. I could never. I think it's crazy.
Terrific. Well, anyways, hey, ladies, hey, congratulations for fall. Thank you for carrying this conversation for us. And I've already recommended this film to like 10 other people.
Thanks.
This film is terrific, and we should all do a field trip to a radio tower someday. Or maybe not. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.